Hi everyone, welcome back. Our last chapter on memory and this one on cognition and intelligence cover a theme of what we know as adults. Chapter 6 on memory discussed the mechanics of how we collect life experiences and store them for later use. This, Chapter 7 on cognition and intelligence, now talks about how we use that information in our daily lives to figure out the world, to make decisions, and to solve problems in our complex interactions with people and environments that we encounter. Cognitive psychologists are the ones who study cognition, which means thinking or mentally manipulating information by forming concepts, solving problems, reasoning processes, and ultimately making decisions. So in this chapter, we study the most fundamental ways that your mind experiences the environment around you, both near and far. When I say near, being thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations, and when I say far, being the physical world and the other people that are around us. There are many components to this amazingly complex task that we so casually call thinking, including transforming sensation to perception. Recall that topic from a few chapters ago. Acquiring, storing, and retrieving information. Remember the chapter on memory, that's also known as memory. Forming images and concepts, categories for information. Using stored information, also known as reasoning, decision-making, problem-solving. Our first topic in this chapter is about how all thinking and decision-making uses some fundamental ingredients known as concepts and heuristics. Some new vocabulary for us in this chapter. We organize information about the world by fitting it all into various categories, concepts, or larger mental categories. They're called concepts. Instead of remembering every little element that we encounter, we organize and simplify it by saying it belongs to this or that category. In this chapter, we use the phrase concept. Now, heuristics are mental shortcuts that we all use every single day. It is our common understanding of people and places and basically what to expect. Heuristics are what to expect. Heuristics are the normal result of past experience, and we use them to predict future similar encounters. Now, the second half of this chapter focuses on intelligence, really interesting stuff. Intelligence is one of the most studied and well-developed ideas in the history of psychology. We'll discover that intelligence is multidimensional and often very context-specific. You'll read about the works of Gardner and Sternberg, who each appreciate that intelligence comes in many forms. So there are obvious and there are some that are obvious and valued in university schooling, such as verbal intelligence and logical mathematical reasoning, and some forms of intelligence that can make a person quite successful in specific contexts, like musical ability or sports ability. Sternberg was one of the first psychologists to value creativity as a type of intelligence, and he even valued practical street smarts. That is like practical know-how in real life or daily life contexts. Altogether, this is another fascinating chapter on the theme of what we know as adults, specifically how we use information in our daily lives to make decisions and solve problems. Fascinating stuff. Let's get started.